Today I'm sharing with you a very simple but really helpful question that can help us to be more mindful. So here it is. What are you making it mean? We love to attach meaning to everything in our lives, and often, this is the human condition. It helps us to make sense of things. But often what we're making it mean isn't true or isn't serving us and is really just an old pattern or an old thought that's really ready to be upgraded. So I'm sure you can all relate if you're working on a project and the first sign of a challenge, a lot of times we want to run to, I'm not good enough, or how is this going to happen, or how is this ever going to happen? So that's a very key example of what are we making it mean when we jump to those kind of negative, lower thoughts, right, that aren't serving us. Another great example is how we interact with people. Everybody has a different communication style, and sometimes when we butt up against somebody that has a very different communication style than us, we can make it mean all sorts of things that can just cause us a lot of frustration. So here's a quick example. I was working for this woman. This was a number of years ago. She was a very strong New York woman, and her style of communication was that she yelled when she was speaking. And it was a couple days into this project we were working on, and I was just totally making it mean that she didn't like me, she didn't think I was doing a good job. And finally I had to sit her down and I just said, look, what can I do to be doing a better job? And I'll never forget, she looked at me so confused and she said, well, what are you talking about? You're doing a great job. What gave you the idea that you're not doing a good job? And I just said, well, you just have a tendency to yell at me when we're speaking with each other, and I just assumed that you were frustrated with me or you didn't think I was doing a good job. And she immediately just said, oh honey, I'm from New York and this is how we communicate. And it was a great example of this, and really just showing me, we're all just in our own little worlds, in our own zone. We all have our different ways of communicating, and so often we attach meaning to these interactions that are just not true or not serving us. So I hope you found this helpful. The next time you find yourself in an upset, just really sit back and ask yourself, what am I making this mean? And if you're coming up with, kind of these patterns, right, of the human condition of I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or this person doesn't like me, see if you can reframe it into something that's going to serve you. For instance, oh, that person has a different way of communicating than me, and I'm just going to keep doing the best that I can. That's all I can do. So that's a fast forward version, but again, what are you making it mean? Also check out the video, How to Be Mindful, another great series of questions that we can ask ourselves to really disengage out of, or not disengage, but be more objective in our communication styles. I hope you found this helpful. Please stay tuned and subscribe.